Hi. Okay, hi everybody. This is Tarot by Keyth, and we're back for our daily spread. Today is Thursday, September 23rd, 2021. We're just on the other side of the equinox, which always happens to usher in the Libra season. It balances things out. It's an equal amount of light and dark in the day. So we've got less light day by day until we reach the low point, the new year of winter solstice in late December. And I feel massive movement between now and then in these next 3 months. So I think it's really important to ground and stay in your body, your physical body, with exercise and grounding and meditation. And it just seems really important to be healthy, to be clear, and to be very, very present with whatever shows up, and to be as non-reactive as possible, to observe the energies and emotions coming at you through your reflected reality, but really just observe them. Catalog them energetically, just with your presence into the Akash, and don't react. There's a lot of baiting going on right now. There's a lot of emotional minnows attached to hooks. And we don't want to bite down on those hooks, do we? Hi, Jeeves. Oh, wow. Full moon in Pisces has passed. We're gearing up for the new moon in Libra, which is on 10-2. Keep your hands on 10 and 2. Mickey Mouse. So I don't know what this new moon might bring. The world stage and the global events are certainly heating up, ramping up in intensity. So it's really nice to be with everyone. Thank you for being here and watching. I really appreciate it. And let's see what the cards have to say. I felt very strongly that they had a message for all of us today. So I'll continue to shuffle and let them take their time as the cards decide themselves. This is a 3-card pull for the human collective. It might resonate with you individually. It might remind you of the paths that your collective soul group is on. You know, those really special friends that seem to ride the same cosmic waves as you. And of course, it's pulled for the collective, so it's intended to guide us on an individual, monadic, and collective basis throughout these insane energies. So I need one card, please, for the recent past, the energies we're moving away from. The transition between summer and fall has occurred, and that seems very significant as well. It's raining where I am, and it's beginning to cool off. So I feel this shift into autumn, the fall. And that just seems really significant to me as we go into this last quarter of 2021, a very auspicious year. I'm also coming up against anniversaries from a year ago, from very life-altering events and activations, and that seems very much like a closing of loops. Okay, they said those 2 in that order. Okay, 2 came out at the same time. So pay attention to where you were a year ago, and if there were any massive events that were happening a year ago for you personally. Pay attention to the closing of those loops as we come back around in the spiral to, at least in some sense, where we were a year ago. And trust. Trust. Okay. Well, I do need my trusty key, but let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say. We're moving out of the 9 of Swords energy, which is a very heavy mental energy. It is the apex of the cycle of swords, and swords being the air sign, it represents logic, intellect, and idea. So this is a heavy in the Rider-Waite deck, the most popular modern deck, it's a knight laying down with 9 swords stabbing him. So it's kind of like being pushed to the breaking point in terms of mental energies. Something's got to give. We're moving away from that. That's a good thing. We've grabbed a hold of this intellect. Yellow is also logic, intellect, and idea in the color spectrum of the Marseille Tarot. This yellow blade pierces the crown. I don't know why it's split in half. Maybe duality, cognitive dissonance again. But anytime that sword pierces our personal ovum, it opens up a portal for water, the next sign, the cups, to come in. So this rain outside. Water always cleans things. Water gets into the nooks and crannies and can cleanse things that only water can get to. And this is opening up a portal for that. All the previous knowledge bands have turned orange, meaning that we've integrated them. And 9 being the master number, representing fulfillment, idealism, and inspiration. This represents being at the precipice. Remember our thoughts, the master alchemists that our brains are, that turn thoughts into actual physical chemicals that travel down our spine as neuropeptides, is the alchemist from energy into physical reality. Grabbing a hold of this is a handle of trust. The pairing of the colors of dark blue and orange together. Dark blue is divine feminine, intuitive, receptive energy. And orange is a mixture of yellow and red, which is taking what you've learned, yellow, wisdom, intellect, and applying it with your red, masculine, active energy into your life, integration. So orange also represents fulfillment. So there's a double sense of fulfillment in this card. But it's not easy to get here. This is having to think your way into a new perspective. And it's not easy, those catalysts that get us out of our the box of how we think, to augment our belief system. So there's stability coming, spiritual stability. There's information and the inspired active energy in the fruit body to integrate the spiritual knowledge that's coming in through this very difficult 9 of Cards energy. And that's planting 4 orange seeds. Again, 4 is that number of stability. 4 solid walls on a foundation to make a solid structure. So this indicates that there's some spiritual stability coming in the future from integrating and opening up the portal to this higher way of thinking to allow water to come in and do the cleansing. So we're moving out of this energy. This is the limbo, the pregnant pause that's been with us for about a month now. I feel like it's about to start moving, and usually when that happens, it can do so quite rapidly. So focus on the toxicity level of your physical body. Okay, sweat detoxifies; it gets rid of toxins. So exercise is a very good thing. Be very mindful of what you're putting in your body. Very mindful, non-GMO. And here comes the water in sequential. We're moving from 9 to 10. 10 is the portal 10 is a portal. It represents finality, completion, and renewal all at the same time. And cups being the water sign, this is like an ultimate refreshment. Cleaning out the old, preparing for the new. The 10 of Cups is famously known for emotional bliss. The master number 9, look at that. The 9 swords have now become these 9 cups. All in order, all of the pretty foliage, all of the leaves have gone away. We don't need to see that external prettiness to remind us of our own self-generated bliss. The 10th cup lies on the top, sealed with the 4, the first family, the cross and the circle, indicating that once you go through this portal, it's sealed, and there's no possibility of backsliding back into what we've overcome by thinking our way into a higher realm of consciousness. That's providing much closing out, the closing of loops and the opening of new circuits. We are in a transitionary time right now. I was hoping I'd see water, and there it is, and it's the 10 of Cups. So finality, completion, and renewal in our emotional life. Cups are the water sign, which is attached to our emotion. And look at just how much orange is in the 10 of Cups, all that fulfillment. And it comes again from blending yellow and red, which is not only finding and mining the information that we need to spiritually progress, as humans in this current lifetime, but also the masculine active energy to apply that information once you find it and integrate it into your life. You can't just find the book and read it. You have to find the books and read them and then practice them. And slowly but surely, your whole thought process and belief system will evolve into a higher perspective. We're at a crux point right now. What's coming is the King of Pentacles on the other side of this. And I believe that the message here is that the more we stay in the high vibration emotions, self-generated, of trust and fulfillment and bliss, the easier our physical and financial lives become. The King of Pentacles is very stable. He's got a firm grasp on this coin representing the wealth that he's earned up to this point. He's not holding on to it as if it's as if he's scared of losing it, but he's proud of and has a firm grasp on what he has earned and what is rightfully his. And now that he's done that, he's looking at what might he create in the future, this floating coin in the ether. His foundation is spiritual. Light blue is the color of the sky, heaven, which is your spirituality. There's new knowledge coming in, these yellow plants. Reminds me of these flowers here. He has a beautiful mixture of red and dark blue, which is being very much in touch with our masculine and feminine principles. And even a step beyond that, he has master color purple on his two arms. And remember, our arms are linked into our holy work, what we create with our arms and our hands in the physical domain while we're here. What we make to earn these pentacles, which is the earth sign, which is often finances. So there's a union and a very blessed blend of masculine, feminine energies on his arms, which indicate that how the opportunities to put his energy into work in terms of what he can create with holy work is being presented in a very beautiful way. He's balanced in his heart, which again is covered in all this light blue spirituality. He's always looking at spirituality under the brow of his hat. He's always considering in the future with a spiritual standpoint. All of this orange, his big orange hat, I think, is carrying over the orange from these tens of cups, the 10 cups there. He's the only figure in the 78 card tarot series. I use the Ancient Marseille deck, the first edition. He's the only character that has alternating leg colors, red and dark blue. One step with the feminine, receiving guidance on a spiritual foundation of where to go, and then the active step, and then the receptive step, and then the active step. Red, blue, red, blue. And this seems kind of new to him, which is why we see color green, which is the color of rebirth and emergence. This might be a new way for him. Recently in personal readings and for myself, I described the path of the heart, which is perfectly exemplified in the King of Pentacles. It's taking one step with your receptivity, reaching up with your intuition to hear which step to take next. And then you don't take 3 steps, you don't take 5 steps, you don't take 10 red steps, you take 1 red step based on the intuition. Then you go back to the intuition. And when you do this without needing to plan 5 steps, 2 steps, 3 steps ahead, when you're only focused on the next step based on your reception, this pathway from the heart unfolds. And you could never have predicted it. You're just following the heart, creating this new path that cannot be intellectualized. It must be felt in union with the brain and the heart, the word and the breath. So, we'll see where this leads. I could read that many different ways, but as you can see, his consciousness is on the future, but his body is still integrating some stuff that's attached to the past, which is why his body is facing back this way. So a bit more patience is going to be required, but there is movement, and stay in the 10 of Cups energy, self-generated bliss as much as possible, as much as possible. All right, I love you all. Thank you for the tips and donations. And thank you for watching and subscribing and sharing. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please reach out and I'd be happy to provide one for you. I'll be back tomorrow. This is our daily spread, and I'm Tarot by Keyth. Much love.